Good morning. So I think it's a time to start. So once again, a very warm morning to one and all present here. Today, we are celebrating a decade of success with Baptra, and I value all who are sharing this special day with us. Anniversaries are the opportunities to recollect our year-gone memories and to cherish them again. Baptra is a software development training session of Bapte System Technologies, a member of NASSCOM CAFIT and GTech. We help freshers to start their professional career by making them a skilled programmer through internship programs in the most popular technologies like Angular, Python, PHP, etc. We have tie-ups with number of IT companies in Government Cyberpark, Kozhikode, UL Cyberpark, Infopark Cochin, and Technopark, Trivandrum. We have touched the lives of around 1,000 candidates by providing them the right skills and jobs in the software industry. Baptra, the regional talent's door to the software universe, facilitates this communication and helps the best to get the best. I would like to welcome all of you, and I hope you will enjoy being a part of it. While some have been with us since the beginning and some others joined us later in the journey. Everybody over here knows what we do, why we do, and how we do it. So we are welcoming you all this morning to the annual gathering of Baptra. Tasneem, excuse me, sorry to interrupt, you're on mute, Tasneem. So, Ms. Kirti Seth, CEO, SSC NASSCOM, Mr. Sujituni, Manager and Regional Head, NASSCOM, Mr. Madhavan Ramakrishnan, CEO of Tech Friar, Mr. Harris NP, CEO of Baptra and Conceptualizer of Cyber Square, Mr. Deepak Casey, Head of Innovative Learning, Cyber Square, Mr. Anup Casey, Director, CTO at Cyber Square, exalted personalities who found time from their busy schedule to join with us today. A very warm welcome to all. It is right to say that where we go in our life, it does not make any difference. But the most important factor is who we are with. It is a pleasure for me to invite everyone to the milestone of the 10th anniversary of Baptra. First of all, we welcome Ms. Kirti Seth, CEO, SSC, NASSCOM. A business leader with over 30 years of rich experience in entrepreneurship, management, and driving change. Prior to this, she was heading the prestigious Future Skills Prime project, the digital skilling initiative that is a partnership between Government of India and NASSCOM. She was also the CEO of the joint venture between Genpact and NIIT, called NIIT Unica, and then led the global consulting and advisory team in India at NIIT. Her experience in leadership has ranged from being a founder entrepreneur of a 500-employee organization, managing 2 turnaround stories, and a corporate CEO, a board member, and a consultant. We are honored to have you as our guest. Welcome, ma'am. We have Mr. Sujituni, Manager and Regional Head, NASSCOM. In Kerala, the Chief Industry Association for the IT BPM sectors in India. He is keen in conceptualizing and applying multiple touch points for members by harmonizing NASSCOM with the interests and objectives of its member companies at state levels. In 2015, he initiated a 10,000 startup warehouse, which ranks the 3rd warehouse in the country. We are honored to have you with us. Mr. Madhavan Ramakrishnan, the CEO, Tech Friar, a deep tech company, a tech entrepreneur with a long history of driving growth and formulating successful digital strategies, being a director of strategy of Swens, one of the largest web agencies in India. He is also an active investor in tech startups. Welcome, sir. It is great to have you with us today. Now, I welcome Mr. N.P. Harris, founder, CEO of Baptra and the Conceptualizer Cyber Square UK. He is a passionate programmer and trainer with more than 15 years of experience in the field. Currently based in London, he has experience with Data Consultancy Services Bangalore, Intel Corporation Arizona, United States, and many companies in UK for school education, and tries to think of innovative and imaginative ways of connecting the IT sector with schooling. He has consulted with school groups, banks, and business firms for IT implementation and training in Britain, UAE, and India. He has also visited the Silicon Valley, United States of America in 2016 as a part of a team of entrepreneurs from Kerala. It is truly my honor on behalf of the entire team to give a warm welcome to Mr. N.P. Harris. We welcome you, sir. Here we have Mr. Deepak Casey, Head of Innovative Learning, Cyber Square, GCC, and Director of Bapti. He is a sales and marketing professional with years of experience in IT industry, currently heading the marketing and sales of company with the products Bapta.com, cybersquare.org, and 99LMS, an online learning management system for institutions to digitize and automate training activities and improve their performance. Welcome, sir. Now, I welcome Mr. Anup Casey, Chief Technical Officer, Director, Bapti System Technologies, with 12 years of experience in EdTech industry. Once again, we welcome you all to this remarkable event. An anniversary is a good occasion to look back on what we have done. We can do this with satisfaction and happiness because we have always done a very good job. Here is a glimpse of the 10-year success journey of Baptra.
I wish Baptra all the best in their upcoming years. Thank you.
download and share that. Good, what it is? Yes, it's about computer.
I appreciate and congratulate Team Cyber Square for their successful journey. Thank you.
Our students have started dreaming big. Thank you, Cyber Square, for being a part of Aura.
We hope that the continuous support from Cyber Square will definitely make our next generation.
Working hand with Team Cyber Square have made this possible.
We are very happy about that, and we have a very pleasant relationship with Cyber Square team. Thank you.
HTML, CSS, JavaScript and Python from Cyber Square and currently learning Python Advanced course.
Now I can publish a real website by myself with code. Isn't that amazing?
App using Python, so I'll run my code first and show you what it looks like.
I designed using HTML and CSS in Sublime.
Welcome to the prize distribution session of Cyber Square Digital Fest 2021. And we will be back with another edition of Cyber Square Digital Fest.
I congratulate BAPTE for their successful journey of 10 years and all the very best for their future endeavors.
Have an amazing team, and 10 years, it's a great milestone. Congratulations.
And I know that it was an incredible journey that you have been through, and I wish all the best to you.
Now, let's lend our to Ms. Kirti Save, CEO, SS NASSCOM, in her inaugural video.
Congratulations on your 10th anniversary. It's an exciting time to be in the business you're in. EdTech is one of the fastest growing industries in the world today. There's an endless opportunity, obviously fueled by an endless need. The world is changing so fast around us and so seamlessly that most of the times we don't even know that things have transformed. In 2016, NASSCOM set up a Skills of the Future work group because it was clear that something was shifting fundamentally in the world of technology. Today, we talk about machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data, and no one looks at us strangely. Everyone's heard those words. But 5 to 6 years ago, no one had. and now they've become mainstream. So let me just remind you how recent some of the changes and transformations are. 5 years ago, there was no Uber in India. 5 years ago, who'd heard of a drone operator? And today we're talking of farmers using drones to check their soil, their crop, fertilizers. 5 years ago, telemedicine was something that people did in some remote corners of Australia. 5 years ago, there were no social media influencers. 5 years ago, would anyone have wanted to be a podcast director? So why did all these things happen so quickly? After all, artificial intelligence has been around since the 1960s. So it was a confluence of two factors. I'm calling out two. Of course, there are other factors, but broadly, the first one, of course, is Moore's law, that stated that the number of transistors in a microchip doubles every 2 years, and hence processing power becomes faster and becomes cheaper. That means it's going up at an exponential rate. And that's why the computers, yes, those cell phones in your hand are computers. They're like supercomputers. Anything that has this much power used to take up a room in the 1980s. And two, because of the internet, where a humongous amount of knowledge and expertise is now available at your fingertips anytime to anyone. So just Google it has become a verb. Now with this transformation, the big question is, how prepared are we for the digital future? If machines are going to do all the routine work, what will humans do? They need to understand how machine works, and that coding comes in. And that's something that you do exceedingly well. But human beings also need to identify what problem needs to be solved. I don't think machines have got there yet. So what problem needs to be solved and how we can think of ways to solve it. So problem solving and creativity are key skills in today's world. A new way of thinking and a new way of doing is required in the digital future. Earlier it was maths that was a subject that mothers used to tell their children that you should do maths because it enables you to think in a certain logical, structured way. Today, I believe coding also performs the same task. Because many companies actually use use words like problem solving when actually they test the coding ability of their applicants. And when children start early, when children can start discovering the power of bits and bytes, this is when it can encourage their creativity and hone their problem solving skills because they learn to think that way at an early age. These children are the ones that will grow up with creativity and innovation as a habit in anything that they do, even if it's not technology linked. And this I know is something that you do exceedingly well. The new education policy has also structured this in redesigning the school curriculum to include coding from class 6 onwards. It's not to create a nation full of techno geeks. It's to encourage a way of thinking. This applies not just to children, but to teachers too. Because just as children have had such a hard time with remote learning over the teachers have probably had an even harder time. They're older, they're more set in their ways, change is more difficult. So anything that makes a teacher's life easier and helps make the lesson become more engaging is also a step in the right direction. And this is also something that you do. So once again, happy 10th anniversary. Please continue to do what you do. It makes huge business sense, I'm sure, for you, but never forget that it contributes to nation building as well. At NASSCOM, we believe that India has the potential to become the global hub of talent for the emerging technologies. But to get there, we have a huge task ahead of us, and we simply cannot do it alone. Contributions by ventures like yours will take India another step closer to the dream of $1 trillion digital economy.
It's with great pleasure that I inaugurate this event of Digital Enlightenment.
So thank you very much. Congratulations and goodbye.
Thank you, ma'am, for those words. Now, I welcome Mr. Sujitoni, Manager and Regional Head, NASSCOM, for the keynote address.
Thank you, team. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure to be part of the 10th anniversary of BAPTRA. Really honored to be part of this because since I know the founding team of BAPTRA from the very initial days, and also been proud as NASSCOM that we have been with them through their thick and thin. So congratulations team for your successful completion of 10 years. Friends who actually listened to me today, I would like to talk to you on actually what happened, what's actually happening in the tech industry, and would love to take you through how you could be able to leverage it. So I presume many of you would be looking forward to join the tech industry. Just to touch upon some data to make you understand where we stand in and where our opportunities lies in. sorry for my bad throat. So nothing to make you bore on taking some more data and all, just to keep you posted on some of the data, which because due to the pandemic and people will be worried, like many industries and almost all industries are being affected. So how the tech industry goes in a global nutshell. So I just want to share that. So the global technology spending, if you're looking at as per the Gartner's projections, it's this global technology spend growth is expected to witness a growth of 11%. So that's actually achieving in. And the Q1 results shows growth in revenue across all major markets. So you don't need to be worried and about how tech industry is actually growing in. So it's really growing. And if you look at the verticals, almost many of the verticals are actually growing. And if I need to name a few, it could be the BFSI has been maintaining a lead in all these during the pandemic time. The travel hospitality has been affected. Everybody knows that. But from the last quarter onwards, this sector has also reported a recovery from the Q1 onwards. So now we know, you heard me on how this industry is growing in. So we, being an aspirant student or a person wanted to join the industry back, so you may take me through talent demand supply aspect as well. So talent remains a key challenge which companies are addressing in all different ways these years. So employee count has increased a lot. In numbers, it is 4.8% from quarter on quarter. A lot of lateral as well as fresh hiring happens these days. And if I say the lateral hirings are also going in, I will also need to touch upon the attrition rates also. It's far reaching, it's 17.5% at this quarter. So comparing both, there is a rising demand for new age skills as well as demand for a digitally increased techies across the world, across industries as well. So if you're interested to join the tech world, you would be aware of which technologies are on high demand, right? So two things which actually you need to understand: what is the technologies you need to look at, and you need to then focus on which are the growing verticals internally in the IT sector as well. So from our own research, it says that 68 to 70% of the hiring happens from 10 future skills. Many of you might be aware of that 10 skills, future skills might be, but I'll just touch upon a couple of them, or maybe all of them, so that for the broader understanding of all. So as there won't be any question in terms of AI being the first. So AI is growing by and large. The next could be the big data analytics, cloud computing, cybersecurity, IoT, that is Internet of Things, web and mobile, then IT marketing, robotic process automation, AR, VR, blockchain, 3D related things like 3D printing to many other 3D designs as well. So these are the happening 10 future skills that is on hot demand. So now you need to look at and focus on what are all, which are all the industry verticals are actually growing in. So during the pandemic also, it's health tech has been growing a lot. Then edutech, as BAPTRA is being doing. Then agri-tech is also growing, and retail, which is actually fast growing. So a lot of product companies are bringing into India, and we could see a lot of unicorns being made in the last 2 years. BFSA, as I said earlier, also is growing a lot, and BPM also. And latest, yesterday we had a GCC conclave, that is Global Capability Centers. So India is actually leading that GCC, that Global Capability Centers hotspot, being compared to any other global countries. So we have a huge lot of potential in terms of GCCs growing in, that Global Capability Center companies growing in. So there is a huge potential for employability as well. So my request to people who have been listening to me is, like, to build your future, you need to focus on these skills. Learning is a continuous process, as you all know, and you need to upskill and reskill yourself. Demand for entry-level jobs, which is predicted itself, is going to be 4 lakhs in another 1 year or 2 years down the line. So to know more about all these, I request you to check in this space, like, community.nasscom.in, and you can create your own logins. It's all free, and you can read all these, and you can learn from that. There is, as Kriti was saying, there is something called Future Skills Prime as well. You can make use of that. You can make a free sign up over there and learn yourself. So as Kriti said, the world should look at us as India as a digital talent nation, and that should be our motto. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations, team BAPTRA, again, and kindly continue your good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for those energetic words. Now, Jason Thomas, mobile application developer, USD, currently working in USA, and senior software engineer in Cuba. We are happy to announce that they took the first steps in programming from BAPTRA as the first batch of students. Let's hear from them.
I'm Jason Thomas. I work as a system analyst for USD Global. I was very happy when I heard that BAPTRA is celebrating its 10th year anniversary, because I was one of the first students who joined BAPTRA for learning programming. BAPTRA has given me a strong foundation for my IT career. It also gave me a good idea how to move forward in an IT corporate environment. I wish BAPTRA all the best in their upcoming years. Thank you.
Here we have Mr. Suhail, CEO, Nucor Software Solutions. That is one of the first companies associated with BAPTRA for hiring skilled professionals.
Hello, Team BAPTRA, Harris, Deepak, the guests of today, and all the students who have joined for this session. A very warm good morning. Myself, Suhail VP, CEO of Nucor Software Solutions, a homegrown company who is catering to the travel technology industry for the last many years, and catering to 34 plus customers in 34 plus countries, and serving major leading travel technology companies across the globe, payment solution companies across the globe. I'm really excited to be part of this event today to congratulate and to celebrate the 10th year of Cyber Square and the BAPTRA team. I'm really happy, and I am very proud to say that this team was actually trying to build to solve one of the serious problems our region was facing, which is having it's a global problem also, but regionally they were taking a lot of good initiatives to solve the problem of solving the shortage of talents and generating employable graduates who are coming out of the college, who were really beneficial to the growth and benefits of the growing IT companies in the region. And during this last 10 years, Nucor has been beneficial to avail many of such talent shortage problems for setting up a team for product development for Nucor, and we have been happy and excited always to get such services from the BAPTRA team. And I really appreciate their noble effort. Rather than a business, they were actually building to help a region to grow and achieve and reach into the heights of. I know there are a lot of companies who have benefited from their services for the last in this last many years. And at this moment, I'm really happy. I'm really excited to congratulate them once more, and I wish all the very best for their next level of journey towards a globally known talent building company to be used globally for the growing IT companies across the world. Thank you very much. All the best once again. Thank you.
Are you searching for the highest paying jobs in India? Many students fall into this dilemma after they complete their. Don't let our dreams be just dreams. Let's try to make it the reality. Here is the most awaited session of this morning. We have Mr. Madhavan Ramakrishnan, CEO Tech UAE and UK, to talk to us with our career goals and opportunities. Welcome, sir.
Hi. Thank you for this opportunity. So my name is Madhavan, and I've been in tech for the last 15 years. So I started my first tech company right after I finished college. It was a game development company. This is way back in 2007. And then I sold that company 4 years later in 2011. അപ്പോൾ അതുവരെ ഞാൻ നാട്ടിൽ തന്നെയായിരുന്നു. 2011 ഞാൻ UK ഷിഫ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തു. പിന്നെ കമ്പനി അവിടെ നിന്നാണ് ഞാൻ നടത്തുന്നത്. So this will be a very practical session, very less theory. ഞാൻ എല്ലാവർക്കും actionable items തരാൻ ശ്രമിക്കാം so that you can get a high paying job. And then we'll open it up for questions also. So I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm just sharing my screen. Can you see my screen? Can somebody confirm you can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. So, ഞാൻ stages ആയിട്ട് convert ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. Things that you need to do to get a high paying job. So let's start with that. So the first stage is routine. Your lifestyle. So before we talk about technologies and endu padikkanam, endu padikkanda and all those things, let's talk about routine. Reading ആണ് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ secret to getting a high paying job. ഇതിപ്പോ നിങ്ങൾക്കൊരു തമാശയായിട്ട് തോന്നും, പക്ഷേ this is the real secret to get a high paying job. So developers who read, programmers who read, they end up getting the highest paid jobs in the industry. And this is not a joke. And it does not matter what you read, as long as you're reading positive things. But you should have this habit of reading 60 minutes a day. That is the first step, our routine. The second step is 30 minutes of podcast. Now, I'm focus podcast because I don't know what your interests are. Your interests are varied. Many of you may be interested in, let's say, social media. You may be interested in e-commerce. You may be interested in gaming, sports. I have no idea. So whatever your interest is, try to find the world's best experts. And I'm sure they have a podcast or somebody has a podcast in that industry, and start listening to it every day. So the biggest advice I can give you today is, 90 minutes എല്ലാ ദിവസവും നിങ്ങൾ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നിങ്ങളുടെ ലൈഫിനെ ശരിക്കും ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യും. This will have more impact than learning the latest technologies or any of those other things that I'm going to tell you right now. This is the most important thing. So please take this seriously, because I wish I had somebody to tell you this when I was in your situation. എനിക്ക് അങ്ങനെ ആരും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല അത് പറഞ്ഞുതരാൻ. അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ കുറച്ച് നേരത്തെ നന്നായി പോയേനെ. So please do this, because this has actually changed my life a lot in the last 10 years. So I'll give my contact information after the session. So if you want tips on what to read, which podcast to listen to, I'm happy to help you. So ഞാനതൊരു ജനറൽ ആയിട്ട് ഇവിടെ ഇടുന്നില്ല because അത് ആരും ബോദർ ചെയ്യില്ല. പിന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ശരിക്കും ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് get in touch and I'll let you know specifically which podcast to listen and the books to read. Okay, let's go to the first stage of what to learn to get a high paying job. It's English and mathematics. ഇതിൽ ഒരു റോക്കറ്റ് സയൻസും ഇല്ല. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷും മാത്സും മര്യാദയ്ക്ക് അറിയെങ്കിൽ ബാക്കിയൊക്കെ ഈസിയാണ്. സോ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് നിങ്ങളുടെയൊക്കെ പോലെ ഐ തിങ്ക് ലൈക്ക് മോസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് യു എൻ്റെ വീട്ടുകാരും എന്നെ നിർബന്ധിച്ച് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുപോയി ചേർത്തു. ഒരു 10-64 മോഡ്യൂൾസ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. നമ്മൾ പ്രാക്ടിക്കലി ലൈഫിലായാലും ഒരു 62 മോഡ്യൂൾസ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യില്ല. ഒരു 2 മോഡ്യൂളാണ് നമ്മൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുക. അതിൽ M1 M2 ആണ് ആകെ ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ലൈഫിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗിലെ മോഡ്യൂൾസ്. മാത്തമാറ്റിക്സ് 1, മാത്തമാറ്റിക്സ് 2. ഇപ്പം എത്ര മാത്തമാറ്റിക്സ് ഉണ്ടെന്ന് എനിക്ക് അറിയില്ല എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗിൽ, പക്ഷെ ബേസിക് മാത്ത് ആൻഡ് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ്. ആൻഡ് I'll explain why this is important. So English is important because you don't know where you're going to work. You may be working in Bangalore, you may be working in Coimbatore, you may be working in Kerala, you may be working in Dubai, you may be working in US. We have no idea. But programmers around the world, except in China, they speak English. No matter what their nationality, no matter what, they will speak English. Because more than 90% of the world's coding is written in English. So they have to speak English. They don't have a choice. So English is extremely important if you intend to get a high paying job. So in the high paying job in the high paying jobs teran pettunna companies 90% would be global companies and probably 8% would be very large regional companies. These are the companies that will give you high paying jobs. Also companies that have gotten a lot of funding. They are the ones who will get you a high paying job. Trust me, these companies speak English. The people working in these companies speak English. They will. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചോദിക്കാമോ എനിക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് അറിയില്ല പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ ഭയങ്കര നല്ല പ്രോഗ്രാമറാണ് അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്താ നല്ല ജോലി കിട്ടില്ലേ? യെസ് ഷുവർ കിട്ടും, പക്ഷെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഗ്രോ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. You will get hired, you will get a good initial salary, you will start your career, but you will not progress beyond a certain stage unless you can communicate to a lot of people. And in the tech world, without knowing math, so maths is the primary language in the tech world, English is the secondary language. You need to be good at both of these things. So I'm sure നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും മാത്തമാറ്റിക്സ് ഒരു ബേസിക് ആയിട്ടൊരു അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ഉണ്ടാവും, since you're mostly all of you are doing engineering or you're science students. പക്ഷേ if let's say for your maths exam you always need to get help from others, then start getting more help because you will need a lot of that once you start work. Okay, now let's go to the second stage. ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോൾ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് ലാംഗ്വേജസ് അതിലേക്ക് ഞാൻ എത്തിയിട്ടില്ല. ഓക്കെ, സോ ആഫ്റ്റർ മാത്സ് ആൻഡ് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് you should start looking at design. So design philosophy innovity, again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time because if you just Google design thinking, you will get everything that you need. But I will tell you the practical things. So practically, as human beings, we are attracted to beautiful things. Okay, so I'll be very വളരെ പച്ച മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞുതരാം. So let's say നിങ്ങൾ റോഡിൽ കൂടെ നടക്കുന്നു, നിങ്ങൾ ഷോപ്പിൽ നിന്നൊരു നല്ലൊരു ഡ്രസ്സ് കണ്ടു, you are attracted to that dress. Okay, നിങ്ങൾ കോളേജിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ നടക്കുകയാണ് and you see somebody and you like that person, you are attracted to that person. So generally as human beings, we are programmed by a higher power to be attracted to good looking things. ഓക്കെ, ഇത് ആൾക്കാർ വേറെ പലതും പറയുമോ അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാ ഭംഗിയൊന്നും കാണുന്നില്ല എല്ലാം ഓക്കെയാണ്, അതൊക്കെ ബുൾഷിറ്റ് ആണ്. ആസ് ഹ്യൂമൻ ബീയിങ്സ് നാച്ചുറലി നമ്മുടെ ഉള്ളിൽ ആ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്. ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് വൈ ഐഫോൺസ് സ്റ്റിൽ സെൽ ഈവൻ ദോ ദേ കോസ്റ്റ് 1.5 lakh rupees. People buy it because they are beautiful. People buy it because they feel when others look at their phone, it will look beautiful. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അതിന് അത്രയും വില. It is because of the design. Okay, so your thought process should be based on design. So right now you are all job seekers. But after you find jobs, your managers will ask you to build things. So the easiest way to get a hike is a developer who can code, and a developer who can code but also understands design. That is the biggest differentiator. So let's say, for example, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് രണ്ടുപേരുണ്ട് ഒരു കമ്പനിയിൽ, ആൻഡ് രണ്ടുപേരെടുത്തും ഒരു ക്വിക്ക് സോർട്ട് എഴുതാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. So one guy, both of them write the quick sort, but one person writes the quick sort in, let's say, C++. They use a Borland compiler. They write a C++ quick sort and they compile and they show their manager that, yeah, it's working. The other person writes the quick sort in, let's say, I don't know, PHP, and decides to use Flutter to show the results. I can guarantee you it's that guy who will get the hike. It's that guy who will become a high growth employee in the company. It is that guy or girl who will get the higher salary. For sure. Hands down, ഇതിലൊരു question ഇല്ല, debate ഇല്ല, ഒന്നുമില്ല. Design first ആയിട്ടുള്ള developers-നാണ് നല്ല ശമ്പളം കിട്ടുക. So start understanding what this is. I'm sure Barbara will be more than happy to put you in touch with trainers who are design thinkers, because I know, so small background, I know the Barbara team for almost 12 years now. And the biggest differentiator between companies like Barbara and others is Barbara trainers and founders coding ariyam. They are actually programmers. They come from a programming background. They also come from a business background. So it's a very unique combination. So that is a big differentiator into why I'm assuming most of you are either already Barbara students or will become Barbara students. So the biggest difference is, if you talk to somebody from Barbara, especially a trainer or a founder, avarku coding ariyam. They are not simply running this as a business. They are running this because they come from that background and they have been where you have been right now. They were all job seekers at some point, and they have all worked in large companies before they started this. So they really understand exactly what needs to be done for you to get a job and for you to learn. Okay, so that's the second stage. ഇനി നമുക്ക് തേർഡ് സ്റ്റേജിലേക്ക് പോകാം. വീണ്ടും നിങ്ങൾ നോട്ടീസ് ചെയ്യും, ഞാൻ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് ലാംഗ്വേജസിനെ പറ്റി സംസാരിക്കുന്നില്ല, ഒന്നും സംസാരിക്കുന്നില്ല. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വിചാരിക്കും ഈ മനുഷ്യൻ എന്തൊക്കെയാ പറയുന്നത്, ഞാനിവിടെ ഏത് പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് ലാംഗ്വേജാണ് പഠിക്കേണ്ടത്, ഏത് ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയിലാണ് ജോലിക്ക് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യേണ്ടതെന്ന് അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് വന്നത്. പക്ഷെ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു കാര്യമില്ല, ഇതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ജോലി കിട്ടാൻ പോകുന്നത്. സോ ദ തേർഡ് സ്റ്റേജ് ഇസ് thinking like a customer and acting like a customer. So I have seen very, very senior programmers take a document, read the scope, build the product, and go home. And the next day, the client is irritated. Client is furious, and client is pissed off. And the client, of course, ആ ഡോസ് ഫുള്ള് കൊടുക്കുക പാവം ക്ലയന്റ് സർവീസിംഗ് മാനേജർക്കാണ്. പ്രോഗ്രാമർക്ക് ഒരു പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. ഞാനൊരു ക്ലാസിക് എക്സാമ്പിൾ പറഞ്ഞുതരാം. ഞങ്ങളുടെ തന്നെ ഒരു ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞുതരാം. അപ്പൊ ഞങ്ങളുടെ ക്ലയന്റ് ഒരു മൊബൈൽ ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കുമായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ അതിനൊരു രജിസ്ട്രേഷൻ സ്ക്രീൻ ഉണ്ട്. രജിസ്ട്രേഷൻ സ്ക്രീൻ എന്താണെന്ന് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം. നിങ്ങളുടെ പേര്, ഇമെയിൽ അഡ്രസ്, ഫോൺ നമ്പർ എല്ലാം ചോദിക്കുന്ന സ്ക്രീൻസ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ സ്കോപ്പിൽ വളരെ ക്ലിയർ ആയിരുന്നു. 4 സ്ക്രീൻ ഉണ്ട് രജിസ്ട്രേഷനിൽ. ഫസ്റ്റ് സ്ക്രീനിൽ നമ്മൾ പേരും ഇമെയിലും ഫോൺ നമ്പറും ചോദിക്കും. സെക്കൻഡ് സ്ക്രീനിൽ നമ്മൾ അഡ്രസ് ചോദിക്കും. തേർഡ് സ്ക്രീനിൽ നമ്മൾ അവരുടെ കുറച്ച് പ്രെഫറൻസസ് ചോദിക്കും. ആൻഡ് ഫോർത്ത് സ്ക്രീനിൽ നമ്മൾ അവരുടെ പേയ്മെന്റ് ഓപ്ഷൻസ് ചോദിക്കും. ഇതായിരുന്നു ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ ബ്രീഫ്. സ്കോപ്പിൽ വളരെ വ്യക്തമായിട്ട് എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. നമ്മൾ ഡെവലപ്പർക്ക് കൊടുത്തു, നമ്മൾ ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്തു, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഡെവലപ്പർക്ക് കൊടുത്തു. ഡെവലപ്പർ ഭംഗിയായിട്ട് 4 സ്ക്രീനും കോഡ് ചെയ്തു. നമ്മുടെ ടെസ്റ്റർ അത് ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തു, എല്ലാം വർക്കിംഗ് ആയിരുന്നു. ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ഓൾ ഗുഡ്. പക്ഷെ നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഡേ ക്ലയന്റ് വാസ് എക്സ്ട്രീംലി പെസ്റ്റ്. നമ്മൾ സ്കോപ്പ് പെർഫെക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഫോളോ ചെയ്തു, ഡിസൈൻ സൂപ്പർബ് ആയിരുന്നു, ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തു, എല്ലാം വർക്കിംഗ് ആയിരുന്നു. പക്ഷെ ക്ലയന്റ് ഇറിറ്റേറ്റഡ് ആയിരുന്നു. I'll give you the reason. The reason is, ക്ലയന്റ് ആദ്യം തന്നെ ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ പേരടിച്ചു, ഓക്കെ, ഫോൺ നമ്പർ അടിച്ചു. എന്നിട്ട് അടുത്ത സ്ക്രീനിൽ പോയി ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ അഡ്രസ് അടിച്ചു. അടുത്ത സ്ക്രീനിൽ പോയി ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ പ്രെഫറൻസസ് അടിച്ചു. അപ്പോഴാണ് ക്ലയന്റ് ഓർത്തത്, അയ്യോ ഞാൻ അഡ്രസ്സിൽ ഒരു ലൈൻ എഴുതിയിട്ടില്ല, ഞാൻ മറന്നുപോയി, എൻ്റെ അപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റ് നമ്പർ ഞാൻ ഇട്ടിട്ടില്ല. അവിടെ ബാക്ക് ബട്ടൺ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല, ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ ബാക്കിലേക്ക് പോകാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. അപ്പൊ ക്ലയന്റ് ഫുൾ ഇറിറ്റേറ്റഡ് ആയി. അതിന്റെ നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഡേ നമ്മുടെ ടീം ഫുള്ള് ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ ചീത്തവിളി ഫുള്ള് കേട്ടു. എന്നിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു ഓക്കെ ബാക്ക് ബട്ടൺ ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്യാം, സോറി, റിയലി സോറി. എന്നിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ഇമ്മീഡിയറ്റ്ലി കുറച്ച് ചീത്ത കേട്ടാണല്ലോ, അപ്പൊ തന്നെ വിത്തിൻ 2 hours പെട്ടെന്ന് ഈ ചീത്ത കേട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പ്രോഗ്രാമേഴ്സ് സൂപ്പർ പ്രോഗ്രാമേഴ്സായി മാറും. അവർ 2 ദിവസം കൊണ്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന പണി അവർ 2 മണിക്കൂറിൽ അങ്ങോട്ട് ചെയ്യും. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ അവർ 2 മണിക്കൂറിൽ അവർ ബാക്ക് ബട്ടൺ ഉണ്ടാക്കി. 10 മിനിറ്റിന്റെ ജോലിയാണ്, അത് 2 മണിക്കൂറിൽ ചെയ്തു. 2 മണിക്കൂറിൽ അവർ ചെയ്തിട്ട് അവര് പുഷ് ചെയ്തു, പുതിയ ബിൽഡ് പുഷ് ചെയ്തു, പറഞ്ഞ എല്ലാം ഓക്കെ. ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തു, എല്ലാം ഓക്കെ. അടുത്ത ദിവസം ക്ലയന്റ് ഫുൾ ചീത്തവിളി, വീണ്ടും ഫുൾ ചീത്ത. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഈ തവണ ക്ലയന്റ് ഇത് ട്രൂ സ്റ്റോറിയാണ്, ഞാൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കി പറഞ്ഞല്ല, ആബ്സല്യൂട്ട് ട്രൂ സ്റ്റോറിയാണ്. ക്ലയന്റ് എന്നെ വിളിച്ചിട്ട് ഫുള്ള് ചീത്ത. അപ്പൊ ക്ലയന്റ് അമേരിക്കയിലാണ്. അപ്പൊ ഓബ്വിയസ്ലി എന്റെ രാത്രി 12 ക്ലയന്റ് വിളിച്ചിട്ട് ചീത്ത വിളിക്കാണ് എന്നെ. ഞാൻ ചീത്ത ഫുള്ള് കേട്ടു. സോ നിങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ കരിയറിൽ പ്രോഗ്രസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ വേറൊരു വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സ്കിൽ, ക്ലയൻസ് ചീത്ത പറയുമ്പോൾ അത് പേഷ്യൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് കേൾക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു തൊലിക്കട്ടി ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യണം. അതും വെരി വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ് ഹൈ പേയിങ് ജോബിന്. സോ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ക്ലയന്റ് എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ഫുള്ള് ചീത്ത പറഞ്ഞു. എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലായില്ല, ഞാൻ പകുതി ഉറക്കത്തിലായിരുന്നു, എനിക്ക് സംഭവം ഒന്നും മനസ്സിലായില്ല. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു ഓക്കെ ഞാനൊന്ന് ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കാം, ഡോൺ വറി, ഞാൻ ചെയ്യാം. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഞാൻ ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് തുടങ്ങി. ഞാൻ ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ സംഭവമൊക്കെ വർക്കിംഗ് ആണ്. ഞാൻ ലാസ്റ്റ് സ്ക്രീനിൽ എത്തിയപ്പോ ആപ്പ് സ്റ്റക്കായി. ഞാൻ വെച്ചാൽ ഓക്കെ ഫൈൻ, നോ പ്രോബ്ലം, ഞാൻ റീസ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യാം. ആപ്പ് iOS ആപ്പ് ആയിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ ലോങ് പ്രസ് ചെയ്തു, അതിനെ ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്തു, വീണ്ടും ഞാനത് ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്തു. വീണ്ടും ഞാൻ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇതുവരെ ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാ ഇൻഫർമേഷനും പോയി. വീണ്ടും എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. അതായിരുന്നു ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ പ്രശ്നം. ആപ്പ് ക്രാഷ് ആയതല്ല ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ പ്രശ്നം. ക്ലയന്റിന്റെ പ്രശ്നം ആൾക്കാർ വീണ്ടും അതെല്ലാം ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വന്നു എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ബിക്കോസ് ഡെവലപ്പർ ലോക്കൽ സ്റ്റോറേജിൽ ഓരോ സ്റ്റേജും സേവ് ചെയ്തില്ല. അപ്പൊ ഡെവലപ്പറിന്റെ ആർഗ്യുമെന്റ് എന്താ, അത് സ്കോപ്പിൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. ഓരോ സ്റ്റെപ്പും ലോക്കൽ സ്റ്റോറേജിൽ സേവ് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് ആരും എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല, അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ സേവ് ചെയ്തില്ല. ആ ഡെവലപ്പർക്ക് അധികം കാലം പിന്നെ ജോലി ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ ആ ഡെവലപ്പർ ആവരുത്. അങ്ങനത്തെ എക്സ്ക്യൂസ് പറയുന്ന ഡെവലപ്പേഴ്സിനെ കമ്പനികൾ പെട്ടെന്ന് പാക്കപ്പ് ചെയ്യും. സോ ദയവ് ചെയ്ത് അങ്ങനത്തെ ഡെവലപ്പർ ആവരുത്. നിങ്ങൾ കസ്റ്റമറിനെ പറ്റി ചിന്തിക്കുന്ന ഡെവലപ്പർ ആവണം. സോ ഇഫ് യു ആർ എ ഡെവലപ്പർ ഹു ആക്ച്വലി കെയർസ് ആൻഡ് തിങ്സ് അബൌട്ട് ദ കസ്റ്റമർ, you will go very far in your careers, because every single customer that you will interact with in the future is a prospective employer for you, and your companies will never let you go if you are thinking about design and thinking about the customer. So don't forget this. Ningal product use cheyumbo, please use that product as a customer. Okay, in stage 4 like vara. So developers know, before you start coding, the most powerful tool you have is a wireframing tool. So a wireframing tool allows you to build an entire application without writing a single piece of code. So wireframing important for 2 reasons. The first reason is customer പറഞ്ഞതും നിങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കിയതും സെയിം സാധനമാണോ എന്ന് കൺഫേം ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു ടൂളാണ്. And we'll come to that later. That is an important part of your learning. Customer communicate ചെയ്യുന്നതും നിങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നതും സെയിം സാധനം ആയിരിക്കും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പ്രോജക്റ്റ് ഒരിക്കലും കഴിയില്ല. So that is one reason. The second reason is this will allow your company and the customer to actually visualize the entire application. It could be a web app, a TV app, a watch app, a mobile app, anything. They will be able to visualize exactly what they are building. അപ്പൊ മേ ബി അവർ ഇനീഷ്യലി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തന്ന സ്കോപ്പ് ഒക്കെ ചിലപ്പോൾ മാറും, അവർ ചിലപ്പോൾ പുതിയ സ്കോപ്പ് ഒക്കെ തരും, ബിക്കോസ് നൗ ദേ ക്യാൻ സീ വാട്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഇസ്. സോ ഞാൻ ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു റിയൽ വേൾഡിലെ എക്സാമ്പിൾ പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, ദിസ് ഇസ് ദ ഡിഫറൻസ് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ആൻഡ് ഐ എം ഷുവർ എവരിവൺ വിൽ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദിസ്. നിങ്ങൾ ഷോറൂമിൽ പോയിട്ട് 2 ഡ്രസ്സ് ട്രൈ ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഇടുന്നതിന്റെയും നിങ്ങൾ ഓൺലൈൻ വാങ്ങിക്കുന്നതിന്റെയും ഡിഫറൻസ് ആണ്. വയർ ഫ്രെയിമിംഗ് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഷോറൂമിൽ പോയിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ ഫ്രണ്ട്സിന്റെ കൂടെ ഒക്കെ പോവുക, നിങ്ങൾ മൂന്നാല് ഉടുപ്പൊക്കെ ഇട്ട് നോക്കും. അപ്പൊ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ് പറയും ഓക്കെ നല്ലതാണ്, നല്ലതല്ല, ഓക്കെ അത് വേണ്ട, ഇത് മതി, ഇത് ടൈറ്റ് ആണ്, അത് ലൂസ് ആണ്. യു വിൽ ഗെറ്റ് ഓൾ ദാറ്റ് ഫീഡ്ബാക്ക്. ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് വൈ ഫ്രെയിം. നിങ്ങൾ ഓൺലൈൻ വാങ്ങിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ആമസോണിൽ പോയി ഓക്കെ ബെസ്റ്റ് ഡീൽസ് ഓഫർ 70% ഡിസ്കൗണ്ട്, ഓക്കെ സാധനം വാങ്ങിക്കാം. 10 ദിവസം കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ചൈനയിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരു സാധനം വരും, അയ്യോ ഇത് ഫിറ്റ് ശരിയായില്ല. ഓർ മേ ബി നിങ്ങൾ സ്ഥിരം വാങ്ങിക്കുന്നത് എന്താണെങ്കിൽ കുഴപ്പമില്ല. So that is the difference between wireframing and not doing wireframing. So I would highly recommend that you learn wireframing. Again, I'm not sure whether this is part of Babra's curriculum. If it's not, നിങ്ങൾ ബാബ്രയ്ക്ക് അങ്ങോട്ട് കുറച്ച് പ്രഷർ കൊടുക്കുക. With the wireframing നിങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കണം. ഇനി നമുക്ക് ടെക്നിക്കൽ സംഭവത്തിൽ മെല്ലെ മെല്ലെ കിടക്കാം. ബേസിക്സ് അഗൈൻ ഞാനിത് എന്താന്ന് പറയാൻ പോകുന്നില്ല. ഈ 4 കാര്യങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കുകയാണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നല്ലത് ബിഫോർ യു സ്റ്റാർട്ട് യുവർ കരിയർ. ഇത് again, I'm not spending any time on this slide. I'm sure Barbara is handling this. I'm sure they'll take care of this. There is no concern or worry for me on this. Okay. Stage 6. Stage 6 ഭയങ്കര ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. ക്ലീൻ സ്കോപ്പ് ആൻഡ് ക്ലീൻ കോഡ്. സ്കോപ്പ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു പ്രോജക്റ്റ് എന്താണ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് എന്നുള്ളത് സിമ്പിളായിട്ട് എഴുതി ഒരു ഡോക്യുമെന്റിലാക്കും. അതാണ് സ്കോപ്പ്. സോ ആസ് ഡെവലപ്പേഴ്സ് സ്കോപ്പ് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഹെഡേക്ക് അല്ല, വേറെ ആൾക്കാർ സ്കോപ്പ് എഴുതി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തരികയാണ് വേണ്ടത്. പക്ഷെ ആ സ്കോപ്പ് വായിച്ച് മനസ്സിലാക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഹെഡേക്കാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്കോപ്പ് വായിച്ച് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ പ്രോജക്റ്റ് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല. നിങ്ങൾ മേ ബി 5 തവണ 10 തവണ മേ ബി അതൊരു വൻ ഇറിറ്റേഷൻ ആയിരിക്കും ടു യുവർ മാനേജേഴ്സ്. ഭയങ്കര ഇറിറ്റേഷൻ ആയിരിക്കും. പക്ഷെ ആ ഇറിറ്റേഷൻ അവർ സഹിച്ചോട്ടെ. ബിക്കോസ് എൻഡ് ഓഫ് ദി ഡേ നിങ്ങൾ അത് ചെയ്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പ്രോജക്റ്റ് നന്നായിട്ട് ഒരു ഔട്ട്കം ഉണ്ടാവും. സോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്കോപ്പ് വായിച്ച് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടില്ലെങ്കിൽ ദയവ് ചെയ്ത് പ്രോജക്റ്റ് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യരുത്. നിങ്ങൾ മാനേജറിനെ സമാധാനിപ്പിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഓക്കെ നോ പ്രോബ്ലം സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യാം, നോ ഇഷ്യൂസ് എന്ന് പറയരുത്. അത് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങൾ ട്രാപ്പ് ആവും. ബിക്കോസ് നിങ്ങൾ പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കാത്ത പല സാധനങ്ങളും ഉണ്ടാവും. പ്രോജക്റ്റ് മര്യാദയ്ക്ക് തീരില്ല. അഗൈൻ നിങ്ങളുടെ ജോലിയാണ് പോവുക, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഹൈക്ക് കിട്ടില്ല, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഗ്രോത്ത് ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. സോ സ്കോപ്പ് ഡോക്യുമെന്റ് മനസ്സിലാക്കണം ആൻഡ് അത് പ്രോപ്പർലി കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. രണ്ടാമത്തെ കാര്യം ക്ലീൻ കോഡ്. ഓക്കെ, നമ്മൾ പ്രോഗ്രാമേഴ്സിനൊക്കെ, ഞാനും ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാമറാണ്, അപ്പൊ എനിക്കും ഈ ഒരു കോംപ്ലക്സ് ഉണ്ട്. പ്രോഗ്രാമേഴ്സിന് ഭയങ്കര ഈഗോ ആണ്, എനിക്കുൾപ്പെടെ.
Excuse me, Maddie.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. So there is a chat that if you can speak completely in English, that would be great. So that.
Yeah, sure. Oh, I assume that it's all from Kerala. Okay, I'm really sorry about that. I'm switching to English. Apologies for that. Okay, so as programmers, we have gigantic egos, monstrous egos, stupendous egos. I'm a programmer. I also have a big ego, and I'll tell you why we have egos. We have egos because we are able to provide instant gratification to our managers and clients. Because we can fix things, we can create things, we can make things. That's why we have egos. Now, this ego will come into our code writing. And I'll tell you why this is very bad for everyone. When you are writing code, the first thing in your head should be, you are not writing this code for yourself. You are not writing this code for the client. You are writing this code for the poor developer who has to maintain this code after you finish writing this code. Okay? That poor, fresher developer like you guys, when you start your careers, that's what you'll be doing. You'll be maintaining other people's code. It's those people who have to read your code and understand. So if you do not write clean code, that developer will curse you, because that developer will have to spend hours, days, and weeks in understanding your shitty code, and they will curse you. So please have a thought for your fellow developers who are going to come in after you and write clean code. How to write clean code, I'm not explaining it right now. Barbara will take care of that. But if you do not write clean code, future developers will suffer, and karma is a very bad thing. So please write clean code. Now let's talk about the actual opportunities. So there are 4 major career streams, if you ask me, in development right now. So as Sujit rightly pointed out, AI is big, big data is big, cloud computing is big. So please go back and listen to a session on which sectors are big. I'm focusing more on what you should take action on right now. So if you take these 4 things, these 4 items pretty much cover the entire stack of hiring in tech right now. Now, I cannot tell you which is good and which is bad. Everything is equally good. Everything depends on what your interest level is. So I'll quickly touch each of these things. So if you look at e-commerce, so the largest e-commerce platforms right now are Shopify and Magento, and of course WooCommerce. So if you take Shopify, Magento, and WooCommerce, that covers roughly 95% of all e-commerce projects in the world. Shopify is built on Ruby, and Magento and WooCommerce are built on PHP. So learning those languages, it's good if you want to get into e-commerce. Now AI, if you want to get into core AI, you have to learn Python, R, or C++. There are many ways to get into AI without knowing these 3 things, but the real AI programmers will know one of these technologies really well. So please learn one of these technologies. Now, apps, the whole world is moving into hybrid apps. Roughly 70% of all apps being built right now are hybrid apps. So React Native and Flutter are the best frameworks for that. Again, I'm not getting into it. I've already exceeded my time. I'm sorry about that. So just go ahead and learn about React Native and Flutter. Again, talk to Barbara if you're stuck. Now, full stack. Full stack developers are in huge demand. So a full stack developer is somebody who understands the backend, middleware, and the front end. When I say middleware, I mean connecting APIs. I don't mean traditional middleware. So it's like as simple as being able to connect a Google Maps integration into your application, or a Facebook Connect, or a LinkedIn login, things like that. These small things developers don't learn, and they feel that they will learn after they get a job, and that's a wrong thinking. You need to know these basics before you get a job. That's what will ensure that you get a job and you keep that job and you will get a lot of salary. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is me. You can WhatsApp me anything, ask me questions. You can criticize me. You can tell me whatever I said is wrong. I'm happy to listen to your comments, happy to answer your doubts. Happy to answer questions right now, if you have any.
Yes, it's your turn to clear our doubts. Please unmute yourself and feel free to ask questions.
Yeah, please, anyone, please feel free to ask questions. Malayalam, you can ask me in English. ഞാൻ അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാ ലെക്ചറിന്റെയും പോലെ തന്നെ ആർക്കും ഒരു ഡൗട്ടും ഇല്ല, എല്ലാവർക്കും എല്ലാം മനസ്സിലായി.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Nagachoti.
Hi.
Actually, till now we had a session regarding this job opportunities and which platforms we are going to have the opportunities. Is that Baptree is going to give any job opportunities in these platforms?
So Baptree is going to make sure that you learn these platforms. Baptree will make sure that you understand these platforms, and Baptree will try their best to get you interviews in companies who want to hire people in these platforms.
Yeah, so if we need any training sessions, will this Baptree is going to help us?
You need what? What session?
Any training sessions?
Yeah, if you need training, yes, that's their job. They'll do that, yes.
Okay.
That's literally what they do. That's literally what they are passionate about. That's what they've been doing for 12 years. Harris, I think his second name is training. His parents, I don't know why they named him Harris. Yes, they will help you. They will help you a lot. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And I just want to know something. Actually, my profession, I'm in teaching profession. I'm working as a computer science teacher in school. I just want to know about a few things about how this BAPTRA is going to help schooling. In schooling, for my kids, how it will be helpful.
Not me, not Maddie, but they will handle that.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying my doubt.
We have a section after this, talking about coding and artificial intelligence. So we can understand that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
They'll help you with that.
Thank
But
you.
one suggestion for you, teacher.
Yeah, sure.
If you find any of your kids learning code by heart, please fail them. Don't let them pass.
Even I don't encourage them.
No, don't let them pass. If you
Yeah,
let them
sure,
pass, if you let them pass, trust me, they won't get good jobs.
They're very smarter than me.
Yeah.
You can trust me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more jobs? Sorry, any more questions?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Which are the podcasts you have mentioned before to enhance the programming skill? I would really like to know that.
I will tell you. So you have my number. If you don't mind, could you WhatsApp me and I'll send it to you? Because I need to understand a couple of your interests before I suggest which one. So I'll do something. I'll drop my number here in the Zoom chat. Please WhatsApp me, answer a couple of questions, and I'll tell you precisely what you need to get. Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I put my number in the chat, so you can WhatsApp me and then I'll respond. Because the answer I give you right now will not be relevant to the other 107 people in the chat. That's it. Yes. Any more questions?
Sir, can I?
Please.
Okay. Hi, myself, Swati. I'm doing my BCA second year.
Okay.
So my question is it good to learn coding during degree and join a company during a degree? Would be means learn after completing degree or try for a job? What's the best choice?
So ideally, you're doing your BCA, you should be learning while you're doing your degree, because literally BCA is Bachelor's in Computer Applications. So I'm assuming you are learning coding while you're doing your BCA. That's literally what
Yes,
you're doing. So yes, 100% while you're learning, or not after you finish your BCA. No, please don't wait until after you finish your BCA. And there's nothing wrong in waiting, but you will be behind. There would be maybe, I don't know, 10 lakh people in front of you. If you wait until after you finish your BCA, you should do it while you are doing your BCA.
Okay, sir. Thank you for it.
And very important, very, very important. For BCA and all these degree programs, especially in India, and I've seen this, and I've also done this mistake. Usually when the time comes for internship, what we do is we go and join internship with some of our friends' gang. Okay, somebody in our friends' gang, their father is working somewhere, their father knows somebody. Let's go there. Let's go to Cochin, chill for 2 weeks, and let's get a certificate. And let's come back and submit that in the college. Please don't do that, because that internship is actually a job for you in the future if you actually perform well during that internship. Try to get an internship with an actual software company. I don't know, I'm sure NASSCOM has something to support this for internship. So just, can you come in?
Yeah, sure. See, there are opportunities. Again, when I was during my session, I was talking about the Future Skills Prime. So through Future Skills Prime, you can get online internship as well. Cisco and Microsoft has given 40,000 internship last month. So we can get it online also. They are taking it. Yeah.
Can we
considering the pandemic thing, they have been doing it online.
So just something that I've been meaning to talk to you also. Can we plan like a internship program with Kerala NASSCOM companies, so that you have that database with you?
Yeah, we can.
That kids can come to you and so
we can.
Okay. So guys, internship is very important. Internship leads to a job if you really perform well, and take your internships very seriously. Class and serious internship is serious. Class serious college is okay. Any more questions?
Just to add on, there are two more things which opportunities are there. One is IT marketing. There are a lot of shortfall in IT marketing space. And there is a huge potential in project management because huge lot of product companies are coming up and they are expanding. So there is a huge demand of project management, product management as well. So that skills also maybe Babtrack could be able to look at would be great.
Okay, guys, any more questions or may I wrap up?
I think that's all for the doubts. If you have any more, please type it in the chat box. We'll come to that.
ഇനി ആർക്കെന്തെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ചോദിച്ചോളൂ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളെ ഇനി വെറുപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല, ഞാൻ പോവാണ്. Okay.
No more questions.
Okay, great. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Harris. Thanks, Deepak. Thanks, Anup. So it's always a pleasure to come for Babtra activities because it's always youngsters. So we also feel very young when we come for any Babtra event, Babtra activities. The people around Babtra are young, so it always feels nice. So thank you so much for having me again. If there's anything I can do to help anyone, please don't hesitate. WhatsApp small, big, don't feel shy. Please message. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. We have one more question in the chat box.
Sure. What is it?
While doing master degree, can we?
I can't see the message. I'm sorry.
Oh, the question is: while doing master degree, can we learn coding? It's from.
The question is, so let me ask, are you doing your master's in something related to computer science? And also, what did you do your bachelor's in?
I think it's. No, I got only that question.
Okay. So ഈ ചോദ്യം ചോദിച്ചാൽ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ മാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് എന്തിലാ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ആൻഡ് ബാച്ചിലേഴ്സ് എന്തിലാ ചെയ്തത്? Okay, fine. So I'll give a very general answer for this because I wanted that information for giving a specific answer. So yes, masters ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കോഡിംഗ് പഠിക്കുന്നത് നല്ല ഐഡിയ ആണ്. 100% നിങ്ങൾ മാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ കോഡിംഗ് പഠിക്കണം. നിങ്ങൾ മാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ഇപ്പൊ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗിലോ അങ്ങനത്തെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ആണ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ എന്തായാലും പഠിക്കണം. Because after your bachelor's, you didn't go for a job, you went for your master's. That means you are really passionate about science. So yes, you should learn.
I just want to add something to that, Madi, if you allow.
Yeah, please.
He was talking about like if you're I've seen people like pushing going for MTech or MCA because they have to answer like what are we going to do after degree. Please don't do that. Okay, my humble request is like if you're looking for a job, then after degree please go get trained or do online whatever. Don't go for a degree. Just you can push the whole questions by 2 years. It will be a disaster because after 2 years you will be under a lot more pressure than what you were in the degree.
So that all of you know, Babtra's vision is to do all of this in school. കുട്ടിക്കാലം പോലെ ആൾക്കാരെ പഠിച്ച് നമ്മൾ ഈ 8ാം ക്ലാസ്സും ഗുസ്തി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, ഇവരുടെ വിഷൻ 8ാം ക്ലാസ്സും കോഡിംഗ് ആണ്. So please know that there is no age that is like too young to start coding. And I think Cyber Square, you guys start teaching coding since what, class 2 or 3? Age 5, so that's class 1.
Yeah.
So these guys are teaching coding to kids who are 5 years old. So നിങ്ങൾ MTech coding പഠിക്കണോ വേണ്ടതെന്ന് ചോദിക്കുമ്പോൾ you are too late. Start today. Okay. Thank you everybody. ഇനി എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എന്നെ വാട്സാപ്പ് ചെയ്തോളൂ.
Thank you, Adi.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
That was a great session.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. So it's time for a video again. So here is Mr. Salim, the head of computer department, SSM Polytechnic Tirur, and Mr. Friar, implementation planning trainee in SRIT Bangalore. Let's hear from them.
ഇന്ന് കേരളത്തിലെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് വിദ്യാർത്ഥി നേരിടുന്ന ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഒരു പ്രതിസന്ധി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അവർക്ക് IT ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയിൽ ഒരു ജോലി കരസ്ഥമാക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ഓരോ 3 വർഷം കൂടുമ്പോഴും സാങ്കേതിക വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ വകുപ്പ് പോളിടെക്നിക്കിന്റെ സിലബസുകൾ റിവൈസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലും നമ്മുടെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് ഇന്ന് അതിവേഗം സഞ്ചരിക്കുന്ന സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് മേഖല, സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ ഏരിയയിൽ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന പരിഷ്കാരങ്ങളും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന ടൂളുകളും ഈ സിലബസിൽ ഉൾപ്പെടുത്താൻ സാധിക്കാറില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി റിലവന്റ് സ്കില്ലുകൾ നമ്മുടെ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് കിട്ടാതെ പോവുകയാണ്. ഇതിന് പരിഹാരമായി SSM പോളിടെക്നിക്കിലെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റും ബാപ്ത്രയും കൂടി ചേർന്ന് അവർക്ക് സ്കിൽ എൻഹാൻസ്മെന്റിന് നൂതനമായ ഒരു പദ്ധതി ആവിഷ്കരിക്കുകയും വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് അവരുടെ പഠനത്തോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ റിയൽ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോമിൽ സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ ടൂളുകൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കാനും സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ പാക്കേജുകൾ, ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ പാക്കേജ് ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യാനും സാധിക്കുന്ന രീതിയിലുള്ള ഒരു പഠന രീതിയാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇത് Batra.comലെ എക്സ്പേർട്ട് ഫാക്കൽറ്റി അവർക്ക് റിയൽ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോമിൽ പ്രാക്ടീസ് കൊടുക്കുകയും അവർ ഇന്ന് സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ മേഖലകളിൽ അവർ ഏത് വെല്ലുവിളികളും ഏറ്റെടുക്കാനുള്ള പ്രാപ്തി കരസ്ഥമാക്കുകയും ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതുമാത്രമല്ല, അക്കാദമിക് നിലവാരം ഈ ഒരു പ്രൊജക്റ്റിലൂടെ, ഈ സ്കിൽ എൻഹാൻസ്മെന്റ് പ്രോഗ്രാമിലൂടെ അവരുടെ അക്കാദമിക് നിലവാരം ഉയർത്താൻ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇത് SSM പോളിടെക്നിക്കിലെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റ് സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം വളരെ സന്തോഷം പകരുന്ന ഒരു വാർത്തയാണ്.
Friar, I am coming from Calicut. After completing my graduation in BSc Physics from CKG College, Friar, I joined Batra for 3 months Python Django framework internship. Meanwhile, they arranged an interview with a company called SRIT, Bangalore-based company. I'm so glad that I got selected there, and thank you, Batra, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Now, we have a happy customer here, Ms. Priya VV, a faculty of College of Engineering. Welcome, ma'am.
Can you able to see and hear my voice?
Yeah.
Some light issues are here. This meeting. Okay, very good morning to one and all. Myself Priya. I am working as an assistant professor in CS department, College of Engineering, Telsheri. My son doing Cyber Square advanced course in visual coding, and 2 days back Mr. Deepak called me for inviting this event, and I just share my experience with him, and he asked me, can you share with the public? And I accept his invitation and very happy to share public this. And during this lockdown time, my son ideally is sitting in my home. At that time, I am searching some course for him, and also I think about I want to find something different for him. So at that time, I saw one ad and I just inquired about it, and he joined basic level course, and after that he joined advanced level. As a parent of 7-year-old kid, I have a lot of confusions and doubts. Is it can he follow him, or it's through purely online mode? So it's very, I thought it's very difficult to learn, but fortunately, and I'm very lucky, I got a good trainer, Miss Tasni, and she handled my son very well, and he participated Cyber Square Digital First and won first prize. And last week also he participated a Little Coder Championship, also he won first prize. So as a parent and a teacher, I suggest all the parents, those who are having below 10-year kid, it's the right time to start coding, and you will definitely see the magic of your kid. So I take this opportunity to Team Bapre and Mr. Deepak to thank for being a part of this event, and I wish you all the very best for this 10th anniversary and for your upcoming journey. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Artificial intelligence is quickly integrating into every aspect of our lives, and we are not always aware when we are engaging with it. But AI's influence on education will be clear in the coming years as these systems ease into classrooms everywhere. We have Mr. N.P. Harris, founder CEO of BAPTRA, to illuminate us with the future of AI in schooling.
Hi all. Thank you, Aarti. Yeah. Hope all of you are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if any questions are there, please stop me because I'm just looking at the presentation. I'm not seeing the chat or other windows. Okay, great. Thank you. So we are like Maddie was talking about getting a job in coding and AI. So not with the new economy situation and all, like as Maddie rightly said, we really believe that Etanglas and Gusti is going to be, Etanglas and coding and AI is going to be the future. Because I'm in London, and here no companies ask what is your education qualification. They just ask you like whether you have a visa to work here. That is one thing, and then if you are legally able to work here, they will give you a task. If you are able to do it, then you have a job. Yes. Okay. So I will start my presentation with a statement by Franklin D. Roosevelt. We may not be able to prepare the future for our children, but we can at least prepare our children for the future. So that should be, as a school, that should be our motive. We should prepare our children for the future, because when they come out of their school or college, we are talking about 10-15 years of time. And then the content of this particular presentation, I'll be just touching upon what's the future of technology. And I know most of you will be knowing about what is AI encoding, but I'll just touch upon what is AI encoding and why should our children learn AI encoding from a young age, and then how can we transform the school with coding and AI. So technology in future, right? It's not future actually. Like now itself it means that coding or programming. Basically, coding and programming are the same thing, but some people say that there's a difference, but it's the same thing in one way. And then we have artificial intelligence, robotics, Internet of Things, augmented reality, and virtual reality. We know that the company, all the companies across the globe are actually rolling out 5G, and with the see, for example, we all have 4G. So people didn't realize that with 4G how much it is going to change our lives. We started watching YouTube videos. We went online or cloud when the 4G was evolved. So in the same way, when we have 5G set up all over the world, we will have augmented reality and virtual reality. Every system, everything that you see will have a story of will have a story embedded with an augmented reality or a virtual reality. Okay, we are yet to see that now. When we go to the malls, we see that we apply, we have rides in just one, you'll apply you'll apply the goggles, and then you will get into the virtual reality world. So, but that will become very common. It may be applicable in your phone, and things like that will come with the rolling out of 5G in all the countries. And then again, the main topic, artificial intelligence and coding. So what is artificial intelligence? It's like, we can see, right? We can see, we can hear, we can sense all these things. The Internet of Senses is not it, the research is going on Internet of Senses, but, when we see it, these kind of things, we have, that is human intelligence. We are able to see something and we are able to recognize that it is something. So these kind of intelligence, if a computer is able to do, that is when we say that the computer or a machine is intelligent. Okay, you may be thinking that hearing, is it a very big thing? Yes, it is a very big thing, because everybody like whom you talk to, they speak one or whatever language they have in different ways. So, for a machine to understand something, which is unique, it's very, very difficult because they have to identify the pattern. We are actually identifying with patterns only. For example, if you see a chair, you understand it's a chair, even if you're seeing it for your first time, because, you have the capacity in your brain to understand patterns. Okay, when the machine is able to do that, that's when we say that, the machines have intelligence. And then what are the examples of AI? Now we are talking about actually disconnected AI. I know, AI and mobile, all these things are not actually disconnected, because most of us take our mobile phones also into our bathrooms also. And when you sleep, you have your mobile next to you. So it is not very disconnected, but AI is currently disconnected, but soon it will actually, will become a cyborg. See, we don't think that this is all myth, it's not going to come up. It is going to come up, because we have people living with roads in their legs. For example, your leg is broken, so you probably have a steel rod in your leg. So like that, AI also will come into your body. And I was talking about the disconnected one, what is disconnected from our body. That's driverless cars. You are I was reading a news about Elon Musk. There is a car without steering. So that's the driverless cars that we are looking at. And then Sophia is a humanoid. I mean, it's not a humanoid, it's a robot that has got citizenship. You have a robot having the same rights as a human citizen. And then Siri, a lot of people know, like Siri, and you or Alexa. Alexa, you call Alexa, what's the temperature? It's a simple thing that happens every time. So basically all these things actually save a lot of time. And then Google Maps, I'm pretty sure that most of you would have used Google Maps. So the behind the scenes of Google Maps, it is running an AI algorithm. And then coding. So everybody, like Maddie was talking about coding, everybody talks about coding nowadays. Okay, what is coding? Coding is the process of communicating with the computer. See, I'm able to communicate with you in English because I know English. It's the same way. Like, if you want to communicate with a computer, you have to understand coding. So you need to understand what is communicating with the computer. See, if you go to shop to buy a computer or a mobile phone, like the CEO of Skill Council was talking about, having a mobile phone it's a computer only, and it's not the mobile, actually, it's a computer. So the difference is that, you buy it and you use it. But if you know coding, you can build whatever you're using. For example, now we are talking in Zoom or Google Meet, you use Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, all these things, everything, whatever you see in computers is built using coding. So that is the language. So what exactly it is doing? You use coding to talk to a computer or a mobile phone and then get a desired output. And for that, see, the way we have different languages, we have C, Java, Python, JavaScript, C++. These are examples of coding languages. And then I would say, like, there are a lot of discussions happening. Whether they should learn, or children should learn AI and coding from a young age or not. So I'll just touch upon some of the things, what are the benefits of doing that particular thing. First of all, you cannot skip it because it's an academic requirement. For example, even if you hate mathematics, or even if you hate, English, you cannot, pass 10th degree or whatever degree that you have without understanding those particular things. Like that, coding and AI has become part of the syllabus, so as part of new education policy, and you have to understand it for you to complete your academics. And then specifically for the CBC schools, AI and AI and coding is introduced as skill subject also for grade 6, 7, 8, 10, 9, and 10. So again, it's part of the academic requirement. And then another thing is future skill requirement. Okay, so if you take if you look at your United Kingdom or US, Canada, anywhere, if you want to migrate, the best bet is to learn coding, because as Maddie was mentioning in his speech, 90% of codes are written in English, and you have since you're in India or maybe in UAE, you have the advantage that you learn English from your childhood. So you already have English. Now the only thing that you need is the coding skills. So if you learn coding, then it is a high skill job, and then you can easily migrate it. It is see, if you want to migrate to any of these countries, either you have to be a nurse or maybe in the medical industry or in the coding or IT industry. Okay, so that's the idea. So the best part about coding or AI is that whatever you're doing, the same thing you can do here. For example, if you're a doctor and if you're trying to migrate to United Kingdom, you have to write an exam here and pass, which is a very tough exam. But if you're a coder in India, you do the same thing in UK and you can directly get a job here. Okay, and then another thing is more secure usage of computers and internet, especially for girls. Understanding these systems will actually help you to use this internet and other things in a more secured way. And then computers are everywhere, in car, aeroplane, TV, refrigerator. You would have heard about Android TV now. Now soon, like in the US and all, it is launched refrigerators with Android phone. What they will do is it is adding a value, because most of you, I don't know how many couples are here. How many married people are here. They will know that, when you go and buy, some groceries, maybe they'll forget milk. But what happens if you have an Android fridge, then the fridge will itself give order. By the time you reach there, the order would have been ready. So these kind of things. All these things will become very common. Okay. And then if you are an entrepreneur, again, you have to understand the technology. Why? Because the moment you talk about any product, it will involve tracking of data, then monitoring and improve. So all these things, it's again, in a engineering way, if you talk about what is coding, it is all about manipulating data or storing and processing the data. So anything that you work on it will involve all these things, and then it will come to coding and artificial intelligence. And then if you're creative, you have to be creative. People talk about creativity, and also if you want to build something on your own, then learning coding will help you, because there are students who have built Android application, other applications. Then you can create robot, and then you can create documentaries on things, social media and cyber safety, all these things. Whatever you want to learn, it will be easier if you learn coding. And and one more thing is design thinking, as Maddie mentioned in his speech. And then with all these things, what is the advantage for the school? Okay, I'm now talking about the school. So the main advantage the school will have is we can transform that particular school into a technology school. Okay, that means how you are preparing your kids for the future. All these things you can use it as a marketing tool. Also, like the students who are really interested, and most of the students are interested, they will actually join a school where all these trainings are given. And this is my tweet in 2018. I was, dreaming of a programming medium school. So I'm not sure. A lot of people may not be knowing what is an English medium school, because most of us are learning in English medium now. But I studied in a Malayalam school. So in my childhood, we talked about English medium school a lot. Okay. So the thing is that whether you learn your mathematics or science using your mother tongue or English is the question. That is the English medium. When you say, okay, so what we are thinking is a programming medium school. That means you learn your mathematics, science, and other subjects through, programming. So you might think that, okay, is it possible to do that, because you have to learn programming? But to my surprise, what happens, in this case is I would like to talk about, the CBSE circular that came into 2020. That is, they are planning to introduce artificial intelligence across all the subjects. Okay, so we were thinking about coding in all the subjects, but now the CBSE has gone to the next stage, where they're talking about artificial intelligence, in all the subjects. So how does it relate? How do you relate English and, mathematics and science or what is the plan of CBSE that they have? So I'll just talk about this AI integrated education. They have two perspectives. One thing is that you take a topic from the subject that easily lends itself to any of the AI concepts. For example, data collection is a familiar task in mathematics. And if you come to the AI, it is data acquisition. Or for example, physics. We need to teach the student a frequency, amplitude, velocity of a wave, let's say. Okay, then that particular thing, the AI related concept is infinite drum machine. So what they're trying to do is that in whatever you learn in your physics or your science subject, they're trying to relate it with the AI and then teach. So then they will understand that, okay, I'm not learning it just for the sake of learning it. A lot of people have this doubt, right? Why am I learning all this physics and mathematics in the schools? Maddie was talking about M1 and M2 in computer science. Even I'm an engineer, so by degree. So there we learned about this Fourier series and a lot of things. I was wondering like, where am I going to use all these things? Okay, at that time. But when the AI, with the advancement of the computers, then we realized that, okay, all these things have actual applications. And those who are Malayalis, you would have seen the movie Spadigam, and it talks about Dunyavile Oro Spandanangalum Nadakunnu mathematics land. Actually, it is true. There are a lot of mathematical equations that is, deciding the way we are living. So these things actually, like, the moment we talk about AI, all these things will actually come into picture. So, and I'm very happy that CBSE is actually pushing these concepts in the, at least in 6th grade now. But we started in grade, we are actually teaching in grade 2, okay? And then the next perspective is like, you take one topic and then all the teachers will talk about everything in the AI. For example, we want to improve improvement in food resources. That's the topic. So the English teacher will create a story using a Google Story Speaker, a discussion with the population of rise in India, like farmed areas. How do we actually increase the farming and this kind of things. And then in the science we talk about computer vision, like how we yield foods. Like you can send a drone to a field and say that, okay, this year this is the yield that we are expecting. We're talking about like acres of land, okay, where the farming is happening. So that will help in the computer vision. And then in geography, like, you have a discussion where climate will impact the grain production and things like that. In mathematics is like, okay, how much we have India is more than 1 billion people. So how much, food will be required to serve these things. So all this planning, everything. So the whole point is that there are two approaches. Again, I will just repeat once again for making it very clear. One is you take a topic in your subject and then relate to the AI concept, or take a topic and relate to all the subjects. These are the two perspectives that the CBSE is trying to push in the education. And then is it a good approach? Unfortunately, you have no choice if you're a CBSE school. You have to learn it because it'll be part of your curriculum. And then I would say that it's a good approach because the students will understand that how AI is transforming their life from childhood, and thinking is developed, and the thinking, kind of thinking, is developed, that how technology can make your life easier and how you can do more things with less time. And then what is the limitation? That's a tagline of Cyber Square, actually. Again, you are becoming a user of technology, not a creator of technology. So what is our approach? Our approach is we want the students to change from users of technology to creators of technology. And then how do we define this particular path, in the schools wherever we are implementing? So from grade 1, we start with digital literacy, coding, and ICT. So digital literacy is basically how you use computers, and then how you search online. Those things can be called as digital literacy. But this actually comes, everybody is having this digital literacy now because you are born into a laptop or, a computer world. And then we talk about ICT, using this Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel and all these things. That is ICT thing. And then the coding part, starts from grade 1, and it when you move towards the grade 10, it all becomes coding and artificial intelligence. So that's what I wanted to discuss. So now, any questions are there? You can ask me. Anybody any questions about learning coding or AI? It can be from a college also, okay? Because it's just that I was handling this topic. But if you have any questions about your career or things, that also you can ask.
Hari sir, how come it is useful for the schools? That means how the Cyber Square is going to help for the school? That means, are you going to give any training sessions directly to the students or to the faculty? How come it is?
Okay, thank you for the question. So what we do is we work with the schools. We provide textbooks and platform for the teachers to actually teach the students. So we provide training to the existing teachers, and then the teachers will be giving training to the students. But along with that, there will be some students who want to go to the next level in the school itself. So we conduct a digital fest, coding club, all these activities, so that the students are able to, if somebody wants to develop an application in, grade 5, then we will help them, because it's not that the teachers may not be knowing it, but they will not have enough time. So we have a mechanism where we support the teachers in achieving the good things. Better things in the technology for the students.
Okay, is it through physical or through online? How come your support will be?
It will be both actually, right? Because previously we were doing it, physically, but because of the COVID and other things, now everybody knows, doing. Even the students know how to learn through, the online method. So we provide it online.
If I want to have some other more information, to whom I can contact?
Which location are you from?
I am from Andhra Pradesh, Nellore.
Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so we will give you a number here in the chat, so you can contact us on that number. Deepak, this is a UAE number. We want the Indian number.
Type in the Indian number also.
Okay. Any other questions?
One more. Is that the syllabus designed from CBSE only, or are you going to design something else?
No, it is in alignment with the CBSE things. So, for example, like if you talk about the AI, because they have some defined syllabuses, right? So more of a theoretical thing now, because they are just introduced it. So what we do is we teach these things along with the projects. So we have a project-based approach. So whatever is a part of the CBSE, it is also already there, and along with it, we will teach the students to create apps and other things also.
Yeah, actually, before year itself, it started with AI, and we started with class 9. And the syllabus, whatever given in that, it's just like a theoretical approach, no project-based approach is given in that. So actually, I myself am not satisfied with that. So I feel that it can be something practical oriented, so that will be helpful for the kids.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we are doing. We are starting, coding from grade 1 and artificial intelligence from grade 2. So we have a structured approach where by they reach 9 and all, they will actually build the AI projects.
And one more thing regarding this coding, actually we opted for skill education this year. Yeah, skill education, and we started doing that, but they have given some syllabus in such a way that the Minecraft platforms and some of the Scratch and Code.org, the platforms, and they're asking about the school registration details and something else, and we couldn't do that Minecraft directly. Because it's like school details are a little bit confidential, we cannot give in social platforms like that. So we stuck over there actually. How can this BAPTRA can help us in this? Because we just want to give skill education to the children from this year. In the coding, we already started. As if you previously one sir suggested, spoke about the HTML5 and all. So we already started with all those basic things. So if we want to go with something advanced, how come you can help us?
So what we have is we have developed a custom platform where you have all these visual coding, everything inbuilt in our platform. So we have a complete solution for that, and what you have to do is we have already shared the numbers. You can contact us, and we will give you a detailed presentation on how we are implementing with the schools.
Yeah, sure. Because I just want to know more
Yeah.
information.
It's a complete solution, because we started well before when CBC was suggesting it. So we have it is a very tested solution, and it has been running successfully in other schools. Any other questions?
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Now, let's hear from Ms. Jyoti MS, Principal, Dabaram School, Calicut. They are the first to implement an online learning management system to deliver classes for students using Cyber Square learning platform in India. Reshma, Computer Science Department, Aura Global School, Thrissur, and Mr. Mansoor, Managing Director, Ocean, the ABM School, Hyderabad.
Good morning. Happy to know that BAPTE, a pioneer in the field of computer education, is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Their effort helped us to start computer programming in primary classes. On behalf of the Abram Residential School, I appreciate and congratulate Team Cyber Square for their successful journey. Thank you.
Our global school has been constantly thriving to give the students what the latest in education demands. Last year, we had introduced artificial intelligence in the ICT syllabus for all grades by teaming up with BAPTE Technologies, whose headquarters is in UK. They have provided Cyber Square, a digital platform for students to learn coding. This year, Cyber Square and Aura Global School Kodungalur had conducted the first edition of the Digital Fest. Our students had participated in various competitions conducted for the topics web designing, presentations, documentary short filmmaking, and visual coding. After this Digital Fest, it has made a huge difference in their lives. Our students have started dreaming big. Thank you, Cyber Square, for being a part of Aura. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Mansoor, Managing Director of Ocean, the ABM School, Malakpet, Hyderabad. Alhamdulillah, we are a CBSE affiliated school and we are proud to have Cyber Square as our technology partner in imparting the future technology to our kids. Cyber Square is an organization that is striving towards creating a technological environment among the young minds. As we all know, the future is technology and AI, artificial intelligence, will be playing a big role, a very big role. Most of the things today are on artificial intelligence. So, to train our next generation on artificial intelligence is very, very important. And Ocean the ABM School has tied up with Cyber Square and BAPTE Technologies so that we train our students right from grade 1 to grade 10 on the latest technology, and especially on coding, artificial intelligence and robotics. We have been observing for the little association, whatever we had with the Cyber Square. Cyber Square has a committed team and they have a clear-cut vision and also well-defined plans how to implement their program into the schools and into the young minds. I really appreciate the efforts of Cyber Square in taking this initiative of coding and artificial intelligence to as low as grade 1 and at school level. We have a lot of parents in our school who are into coding and artificial intelligence, and when they saw the books from Cyber Square, they were amazed. This is what we have started learning just now. Our company have asked us to learn these modules just now. We are also beginners and we are surprised to see our kids doing practical programs on these things like Python and other programs. So I wish all the best to Cyber Square in their future endeavors.
Now, I welcome Mr. Deepak Kessi, Head of Innovative Learning, Cyber Square GCC and Director of BAPTE, to talk to us.
Thank you so much, Arati. Good morning, all. So I'll just quickly walk you through what are the plans and how we can, some schools, some teachers are asking how we can associate. So I'll quickly walk you through that, okay? So what are the plans for BAPTRA and mainly Cyber Square? For Cyber, I'll just start with the Cyber Square, and that is for the students, not for the schools, but we provide the courses also for the students starting from age 5 onwards. We have different programs, and we are actually launching this particular thing called Cyber Square Coders League, that is for the students. So basically, it's a competition. I will quickly walk you through the small video of that. So basically, this will be a competition for the small age. They can compete in the competitions, and they'll be able to win a lot of prizes. And also, there will be additional trainings to this kind of students. Those who are really interested, anyone can join and apply for this. It's open to all Cyber Square students who are already taking it, but others can participate or apply for this. And I just wanted to share a few things about the students who are mainly graduates or the college students, those who joined from mainly Kerala and other places. So we are introducing this program for the students who are actually doing their, their completed their courses, engineering graduates or BCA or whatever. So you can actually learn from your hometown and get certified from UK. So this company, Ore Education, we have tied up with Ore Education, and you'll be able to get certified in, along with the internship certificate, internship programs, you'll be able to get certified from a UK-based company, and it says international certified Python full stack developer is there. As Maddie was mentioning, there are a lot huge potential for the full stack developers now. All the companies are looking for full stack developers, and there are huge payments, and the salary package is really high with the small big companies, and also with the SME companies now, especially with the pandemic. So it's a wonderful opportunity. It would be a wonderful opportunity for the students to get certified in pure technology things. And also we provide this Android, this front-end development application development program as well. So the students will be able to get trained from Calicut or any other places, and at the same time they'll be able to get into the companies through these certification programs as well. And one more thing we wanted to introduce to the college graduates, those who are actually doing the academics, those who are in the college from different colleges like BCA or engineering, anything. So we are planning to provide scholarship for the students, for the ongoing students to get certified, and before completing their graduation, based on it will be completely based on an exam. So there will be scholarship entrance exams available, and you'll be able to apply for that. And along with your graduation, you'll be able to do the certification programs, and also an internship opportunity. So some students were asking about whether they can do this kind of trainings or internship along with their graduation. Yes, you have to do it, because otherwise, if you're doing it after your graduation or BCA or MCA, you will be wasting your time. So it's a good opportunity for you to do the internship, get trained under a company along with your graduation. So we are planning to launch a lot of programs for like scholarship programs for the students who are currently doing their academics. And also for the pass out students, we are launching relaunching the program Hire and Train. So if the students are really good, we'll be having an exams, and based on the exams and based on the result, we'll be providing an opportunity to get trained under our trainers. And it's a kind of job assured program. You'll be getting job, and only you'll have to make the training fees or anything like that after getting the job. So once you qualify for this Hire and Train program, it's a very good opportunity for you, that you ensure your job first, and you get into your job, and then you make the training fee. And also for the schools, just wanted to introduce, some schools were asking about this. So this is the curriculum we are providing. We have the textbooks like from grade 1 to grade 10. We have the ICT textbooks aligned integrated with
coding and artificial intelligence. So we start coding from grade 1, and also we start artificial intelligence from grade 2, the concepts. And it's as Mr. Harris mentioned, it's a completely project-based approach. The students will be actually doing some projects, and we have all the mechanism to support the teachers to get it implemented in a smooth way. And on the left side, you can see the digital learning platform, which is available for both the teachers as well as for the students. So all the students will be having a unique username and password, and they'll be able to log into the system anytime, and they'll be able to do a lot of creative things in the platform itself. So any schools who would like to implement the Cyber Square curriculum, which is aligned with NEP also, NEP 2020 also, as mentioned before, you can get a free copy. You can order a free copy. You can get in touch with us on the phone numbers put in the chat in the Zoom. And it's available in UAE, it's available in India. And we have clients from UK, from Saudi Arabia, from Bahrain, UAE, and India as well. So already the schools have started adopting this, and now it is a must. We have to teach coding and AI. And also for the teachers, we wanted to support the teachers as well, and especially if you're a computer teacher or any other teachers. So we have 2 certification programs for the teachers, and so that is a UK-based certification that will be provided for the teachers along with the training. And we are planning to provide the free training for the teachers, especially on the artificial intelligence topic. So since this one is a completely a new thing, and the teachers will be able to get complete training based on AI, and for the further teaching to the schools or any other places. And for the schools, we are planning as a company, we are expanding, and we are planning to create 100 coding clubs in the next 12 months. We have already started the initiative, and a lot of schools which Cyber Square has initiated that implemented, and we have created the coding clubs, and in the next 12 months, we'll be creating 100 more coding clubs, and we also will be arranging the Digital Fest. And one more important thing which I wanted to mention, the approach is like, once we go with this plan, we are planning to get international recognition for the schools as well, especially like taking it as a technology-based school or a data-driven schooling model. So that will be the added advantage for the students or for the schools as well, getting recognized at international level, national level, international level. So these are the upcoming plans for the schools. So if you have any kind of, if you want to join us, you can directly reach out to us. If any students who want to get trained in Python or Android or Angular or any technology, or you're looking for internship, you need some sort of support how to get into the industry, anything, you can reach out to us. And if you're a school, you want to implement AI and coding in your school, definitely you will be able to reach out, and we'll be able to support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now, let's hear our students, Raza Fatima from UK and Ada Krishna from UAE.
My name is Feza, and I joined Cyber Square nearly a year ago. I really enjoyed it because it taught me lots of things about HTML that I never could have known before. I also really enjoyed the teacher because she was very nice and explained everything to me thoroughly. And so now I can publish a real website by myself with code. Isn't that amazing?
Hello, my name is Adarsh Krishna. I'm in 8th grade and I'm from Asia International Private School, Friar, Abu Dhabi. I have learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript and Python from Cyber Square and currently learning Python Advanced course. Cyber Square's teachers are very talented and explain the code very friendly. They give us a lot of projects which help us to understand the concept also. And I recommend you to learn coding as coding is the future of our digital world. And during celebration of Baptist's 10th anniversary, I wish them all the very best. Thank you.
Now, let's go for the feedback of our parent, Ajit from UAE.
Hello everyone, I am Ajit Krishnan from Abu Dhabi. My son Adarsh Krishna from 8th grade is learning various coding courses through Cyber Square for the past 2 years. I saw many positive changes in him during this period and improved problem solving skills and logical thinking abilities. I recommend Cyber Square to every parent as Cyber Square helps our kids to develop coding skills. I congratulate BAPTE for their successful journey of 10 years and all the very best for their future endeavors. Thank you.
Let's go for the words of Mr. Niyaz Tirakada, Principal, Surfside English School.
Peace be upon you. I am Niyaz Tirakada, Principal of Surfside English School, Pavarati. This year, we started using the Cyber Square curriculum for our computer studies. And what I felt is that Cyber Square is not just a book. We feel like a part of a great team. From the first day we had a meeting with them, we experienced this being part of whole. And in the beginning itself, Cyber Square was insistent on giving training for our teachers, because our teachers are not trained in teaching coding. They're not very good at artificial intelligence. They're not very well aware of virtual reality. So all these things were trained in a very effective manner, and a Cyber Square team made sure that the teachers are capable and able to teach whatever they have learned in the classes. And second thing is like they provide the students with a platform. So the teachers give a homework and they evaluate the assignments, everything, exams, everything through the platform. So that's a great advantage. And since it is a curriculum and a lot of technical sessions are happening in the class, parents and students may have doubts. To clear the doubts of the parents, Cyber Square arranges session for a technical session actually to solve the technical issues. They arrange sessions every Friday. So the parents are very happy about that, because whenever they face a problem, they can talk directly to the team Cyber Square. So that's great advantage. And in our school, we were able to start a coding club. So that is the first time in the history of Surfside. We are a school with 30 years of almost 30 years of existence, but for the first time we are able to start a coding club in the school. And now we are thinking of having a digital festival in the school. So this is the experience we have. And the amazing thing is the support. They're very professional, and whenever there is an issue, whenever we raise a thing, they're ready to help. They take it very positively and they solve it at the moment. And best of all, the Cyber Square provides a certificate course for our teachers, certificate course in online learning, and almost 27 teachers from the school, including me, joined the course, and we have sessions every Saturday, and we have assignments, we have online evaluation and assessments. So this is how it works. Altogether, we are very happy about that, and we have a very pleasant relationship with Cyber Square team. Thank you.
Now I invite Anup Kesi, Director, Chief Technical Officer at Cyber Square for the vote of thanks.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Tasni, for the intro. It's been 10 years since the day we started all this, and now I'm here having the privilege of thanking each and everybody who has helped us directly or indirectly to reach here. If I take a list, it'll be so long that I'll take the whole day to, thank everybody in person, which I would have gladly done, but time doesn't permit me. So, but it will not be complete if I don't mention a few. So let me start with our beloved Eman Karasheri sir, Harun Ka, Hashir Ka, Haris Ka. And these are the persons who has given us the first round of support when we were bootstrapping as a company. And next, I would like to thank all the companies who entrusted us for their technical resource requirements. To name a few, our Nucor, CISEM, SRIT, Software Associates, Winam, and the list goes on. All colleges who associated with us to provide technical training for their students. Government Engineering College, Manandwadi, Government Engineering College, Vadagara, KMCT College of Engineering, Vimal Jyoti Engineering College, Don Bosco College, SSM Polytechnic, AWH Engineering College, Government Engineering College, West Hill. And there's a huge list. I'm not going to name all of them. For all the schools who trusted and adapted Cyber Square to provide 21st century skills to their students. So the Habitat Group of Institutions, the Abram School, CA Global School, Sir Syed English School, Aura School, Ocean ABM School, Lead School, Gulf Model School, Wise Indian Academy, Sir Syed English School, and like I said, the list goes on. And I thank Calicut Forum for IT, the CAFIT fraternity, and NASSCOM for being alongside throughout the journey. And to name a few from CAFIT, Anwar Bhai, Sainuka, Ajay, Vinoob, Maddie, Suhail, Nias, Amar, and there are a lot who has given us suggestions and critiques from time to time, and it has helped us a lot in our journey for these 10 years. And I would like to thank all our franchisees who have joined hands with us to take Cyber Square to the world and convert people from users of technology to creators of technology. And now back to today's event. I take this opportunity to thank our chief guest, Ms. Kriti Seth, CEO, Sector Skill Council, NASSCOM, for her inaugural address and thought-provoking words on importance of coding, AI, and 21st century skills as of today. Next, I would like to thank Ms. Sujit Unni, Regional Head NASSCOM, for the keynote address and elaborate thoughts on future skills. Those are going to take over various industries and IT being the axis of them all. And next, Mr. Madhavan Ramakrishnan, CEO, Tech Friar, on his session on how any graduate can get a high-paid job in IT. So the session gave us a total different perspective and a practical ground level task that can get you a high-paid job in the industry rather than going more technical. It was so enjoyable. Like he explained what are the ground level tasks that you have to do and a ground level task that anybody can do to get a high-paid industry. It was not technical. It was not much technical, but it was actually a complete kind of thing, because without the dimensions that he projected, nobody can. As he rightly said, nobody can get into a high level or a high paid post without reading or without, the kind of task he described. And next, Mr. N.P. Harris, our CEO, for sharing his thoughts on how AI and coding is already an integral part of school education. And Mr. Deepak, Head Innovative Learning, GCC, for presenting our innovative future plans for schools, colleges, and students. And thank you, Arati and Tasni, for those nice intros and the coordination being the anchors of the program. And I thank all the team members who has put tremendous effort in converting this event into a reality. So I'm not naming each and everybody, but we know, the effort you have put for the last, a month to get this into a reality. So thank you, team. And the journey was not short, and we would not have been here without the relentless effort of and involvement of our leaders. So thank you, Mr. Monish, Mr. Deepak, Ijaz, Sharif, Swati, Shanoj, and myself. Okay. And our strength, our employees who are a part of us some or other time during these 10 years. So a big thank you to all you guys. So we owe you a lot. Like it would not have been we would not have been here without you. And needless to say, to mention our guidance, Mr. CEO, Mr. Muhammad Harris MP, our CEO, he was there with us all the time. Like a torchlight, like whenever we got stuck, he was there to help us through all that. So thank you, Harris. And thank you everybody who were a part of us, who helped us, who criticized us, who at least mentioned us. Like a big thank you to all of these. Thank you.
Thank you. An anniversary is a good occasion to look back on what we have done. We can do this with satisfaction and happiness because we have always done a very good job. Thank you for being part of our company's success over the years. On this blissful and charming day, we greatly appreciate and value your hard work and success. Let's continue the journey of success with pride. We wish happiness and many more years of success. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.